and the son of one of the NBA's greatest players was in handcuffs. A woman is screaming inside a house in the early hours of Sunday morning. A 911 call goes out. Police arrive. And when they walk through that door, they find a woman with lacerations on her face and her body. Also in that house? Zaire Wade, the 24-year-old son of NBA Hall of Famer Dwyane Wade. He's arrested on the spot. Booked on 3 counts: felony domestic violence, criminal threats, and false imprisonment. And a handgun is removed from the residence. Now, Dwyane Wade, who has built an entire public image around family, love, and being a present father, has said nothing. Zero. Complete silence. The NBA community? Also quiet. Stay with me, because this story is not what you think. You already know Dwyane Wade. 3-time NBA champion. Miami Heat legend. One of the most beloved athletes of his generation. But here's what made Dwyane's second act almost as famous as his first: the way he showed up for his kids. The speeches. The red carpets with his children. The interviews where he talked about fatherhood like it was the championship he wanted most. Zaire, his eldest son, grew up in that spotlight. High school basketball at Sierra Canyon, the same school as Bronny James. Scholarship offers on the table. Then a path through the G League and overseas pro leagues. A kid trying to make it on his own terms, separate from the most famous last name in Miami Heat history. Before we go any further, did you follow Zaire Wade's basketball career? Let me know in the comments, because I think a lot of people are about to learn who he is for the very first time. But here's the thing about being famous by association. When something goes wrong, the whole world finds out at once. It's 5:30 in the morning on a Sunday in Burbank, California. Most people are asleep. But someone near a residential address picks up the phone and dials 911 because they can hear a woman screaming. Officers from the Burbank Police Department respond. They arrive at the home. And what they find when they walk through that door sets off a chain of events that ends with Dwyane Wade's son in the back of a police car. Think about that for a second. This isn't a rumor. This isn't a social media allegation. This is law enforcement. A 911 call. Police on scene. When officers make contact inside the residence, they find Zaire Wade and a woman. The woman has visible lacerations on her face and on her body. Paramedics are called. They evaluate her at the scene. She declines to go to the hospital. And here's where it gets more serious. During the investigation, police recover a handgun from inside the house. An emergency protective order is immediately issued for the woman. Zaire Wade, 24 years old, is placed under arrest. He is booked on 3 charges: felony domestic violence, criminal threats, and false imprisonment. Not a misdemeanor. Not a noise complaint. Felony charges. Okay, I have to ask, when you first saw the headline, did you think it was going to be this serious? Drop your reaction below, because this is one of those stories where the details hit different the more you read them. He posts $50,000 bond. He's released later the same day. But here's what nobody's talking about: the case doesn't end there. It has now been submitted to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office. They are the ones who will decide whether formal criminal charges get filed. That process could take weeks. It could stretch into months. And until that decision comes down, Zaire Wade lives inside a cloud of legal uncertainty that is not going away. It gets worse. Much worse. Because right now, there is a complete blackout from everyone connected to this family. No statement from Zaire. No statement from Dwyane. No statement from Gabrielle Union. Nothing. And here's the thing about silence: when you are a public figure of this magnitude, silence is a choice. And people read into it. Was this PR strategy? Legal advice to stay quiet? Or is there something more complicated going on inside the Wade family right now that we simply don't have access to? The NBA world, which rarely stays quiet about anything, players speaking out, former teammates checking in publicly, has produced near total silence on this too. No tweet. No Instagram story. No praying for the family post. Nothing from the league. Nothing from the players' union. Just quiet. And then silence. Let's look at what we actually know versus what's still unresolved. The confirmed facts. Zaire Wade was arrested. Booked on 3 charges, including a felony. A woman at the scene had visible injuries. A handgun was present. Bond was posted. Case forwarded to the DA. What is not confirmed? No formal charges have been filed yet. No conviction. No court date announced. And under the law, Zaire Wade is presumed innocent unless and until proven otherwise in court. That matters. This channel will never present allegations as verdicts. Full stop. But here's my take, and this is opinion, not fact. The silence from the Wade family is the most telling part of the story right now. Dwyane Wade has never been shy about addressing difficult moments publicly. He has spoken openly about his family dynamics, about supporting his children through scrutiny. The fact that there has been no acknowledgement of this, not even a "we are aware of the situation," suggests to me that either legal counsel has locked this down completely, or the family is still processing something much more painful than any of us are seeing from the outside. Fans online are split. Some are expressing support for the alleged victim and calling for accountability. Others are pointing out correctly that allegations are not convictions and that due process exists for a reason. That tension in the comments section across Twitter, Instagram, and sports media has been electric since the story broke Friday. Where do you stand? Should public figures like Dwyane Wade make a statement when a family member faces allegations like this, or does the legal process deserve to play out in private first? I genuinely want to know your take. Write it below. Industry insiders suggest, and this is unverified, that the Wade family has already retained high-profile legal representation and that a formal public statement may come once the DA's office signals whether charges will be filed. That timeline is unconfirmed. But it would explain the coordinated silence from every corner of the Wade world right now. What I can tell you with certainty is this: the next move belongs to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office. That decision will define what this story becomes, a case that is investigated and resolved, or something much more serious with a courtroom at the end of it. This story is moving fast, and we are going to stay on it. Next week, we're going deep into the Oprah versus Whitney Houston estate situation, because that fallout is nowhere close to being over, and there are layers to that story that most people haven't touched yet. If you want to be the first to know when that drops, you know what to do. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications. This channel moves when the news moves. Pin a comment if you think Dwyane Wade should speak publicly on this. I'm reading every single one. And I'll leave you with this: sometimes the loudest thing a person says is nothing at all.